Good morning, students. Yesterday we started discussing about one class of microorganism, that is fungi, and today we will learn a little more about fungi. And so today, on starting the topic fungi, we will have some fungi. You can see in the first picture there is a bread upon which a thin cottony layer of some microorganism is formed, that is mold. And if we see this mold under a microscope, we will see this type of structure. You can see the label diagram of this structure. Actually this is bread mold, or we can say this mass to be mycelium of bread mold. This is bread mold and this is mycelium of bread mold. So if anyone will ask what is mycelium, you can say mycelium of bread mold is a dense entangled mass of thread like structures. So this is a fungus, and in this fungus you can see thread like structures are seen. This thread like structure is known as sporangiophore, and just above the sporangiophore, rounded structure known as sporangium is found. Inside the sporangium, spores are found. When sporangium spores are released in the air, and then when it gets favorable conditions of warmth, moisture and some decaying organic matter, then it grows into a new fungus, and this mycelium remains attached to the substratum through another structure. You can see here, this is the rhizoid. So this is detailed structure of a bread mold. Now next is mushroom. So detailed structure of mushroom also we should know. Some mushrooms we can eat and some mushrooms are poisonous also, but more or less the structure are similar. You can see this is the cap of mushroom. Cap is also known as pileus. Upon the cap, scales are seen. Below the cap you can see gill or lamella is seen. After that the stalk like structure is there. This is called stem or stipe, and then these are the various parts of mushroom. So detailed structure of mushroom is like this. After that, now we will discuss about some useful fungi and some harmful fungi. In what various ways fungi can be useful to us and how it can be harmful to us. So first, some mushrooms are edible. They are very good source of different types of nutrients, mainly iodine, etc., zinc, etc. So some mushrooms are edible, and it is also very good source of protein. Then yeast. Regarding yeast we discussed yesterday. It is a unicellular fungi. Yeast is used in bakery industry. When yeast multiplies, then carbon dioxide gas is released by yeast, and that makes bread and buns fluffy, and it is also used in alcohol industry also and in bakery also. Then molds. Certain molds are used in processing of cheese. Cheese cannot be made by action of molds on them. So certain molds are used in processing of cheese. And then this is very important, penicillin. Penicillin is obtained from a fungi, that is Penicillium notatum, and this penicillin is a common antibiotic. It is used to treat different types of diseases. So penicillin is obtained from Penicillium notatum, and this was the first antibiotic which was discovered. And one scientist, that is Alexander Fleming, discovered it for the first time. Now Fungi, just like bacteria, help in cleaning the environment through decomposition. If fungi and bacteria will not act on the organic waste, all the waste will remain in the environment and our environment will become dirty. So fungi and bacteria both help in cleaning the environment through decomposition. In other words, we can say they are nature's decomposers. So these are the various ways in which we can say fungi can be useful to us. Now the next topic is harmful fungi. Fungi can be really harmful to everyone. First, molds, when grow on food, it spoils the food. So molds spoil food by growing in them. Mainly whatever food contains carbohydrate in it, upon that carbohydrate only molds act just to get their nutrition, and in return they impart bad smell and bad taste to the food and make it unfit for consumption. After that, next point, fungi grow and destroy the beauty and quality of leather goods, clothes, furniture, etc., mainly during monsoon. So during monsoon season, we generally observe thin white layer of fungi is formed upon these items, leather, clothes, furniture, etc., and they destroy the beauty of that item. After that, rust, smut, wilt, blight, etc., are some plant diseases which are caused by fungi. So fungi causes many plant diseases, and also it causes infection of skin in humans. Common infection which occur in humans are ringworm, athlete's foot, and itch, etc. So in these various ways fungi can be harmful to us. So that's all about fungi, and for today, rest of the things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.